All right. Audio levels look good. Camera rolling and
Everything all at once. I am one of those melodramatic
Jimmy.
fools. Neurotic to
Jimmy.
the bone, no doubt about it.
Jimmy!
Oh, what the hell, dude?
What the hell, dude?
What'd I do?
What?
Hey guys, welcome to the second episode of the Area Nerdy One podcast. Now, I bet you're wondering why Jimmy was freaking out in the beginning. Why don't you go ahead and tell them?
Well, I was freaking and rocking out because this past week, Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer announced a co-headlining tour called the Hello Mega Tour. They're going to be touring all around
That's
Europe
right.
and North America. For those of you that don't know, I am one of the major nerddoms that I'm into is Green Day. Green Day is my favorite band ever since
And
I was 11
he's not
years
kidding.
old.
He's not exaggerating this because I can tell you right
No.
now, for all the years I've known him, literally this man dreams Green Day. Like, he's the
God,
perfect
yeah, it's-
fangirl. You're a fangirl.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. It's a tough life. It's, but this life I chose. So I got all my, I was breaking out all of my Green Day CDs from back in the day, and just, jamming out as a good fan does.
Are you showing the
So-
camera right now your CD collection?
No, I'm not. I'm not showing it. I'm putting them away. If the camera happens to see how many Green Day CDs I have, so be it. But
just remember, I will see it eventually.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I've got all their albums. I've seen them 3 times now. Honestly, I could. I'm okay with Weezer. I really could care less about Fall Out Boy, but if it's gonna be an even better show.
Hey. Now wait, what Fall Out Boy are we talking? Are we talking early Fall Out Boy or later Fall Out Boy?
So, early Fall Out Boy, I to this day don't even know what the lyrics of most of their songs are.
Yeah,
Like,
they were a little different back then.
Yeah, they were a little hard to understand. Yeah, so I'm not really a major Fall Out Boy fan. I I thought I was the coolest punk rocker on 2 legs.
Hell yeah, I remember you
Middle
in school,
high
man.
school,
I
'cause
remember
was listening
you.
to Green Day. But I also sort of knew that my life was just a little bit too good for me to be really punk rock. I was just a little bit too content with life. But yeah, music. I always thought the music was awesome, and can't wait to see him again. So I'm super excited. As we get closer to those shows, I'm going to be even more excited. I'm going to probably spend an arm and a leg just to get tickets for them, though, because, so last time I went to see them, I got, the cheap seats for $50 each, but then you could pay $500 to get right up next to the stage. And I've also gone to a shows where I'm really I'm right next to the stage, and it was awesome and it was amazing. So
You
I might
if there was a mosh pit, you'd be the one guy just standing there looking like a twig, just getting bounced around by all these big ass people.
Oh God, yeah. Oh my God. So I almost died that time.
Really?
A couple times actually. So my brother and I go. It's in a hockey arena up and so we go in. The opening act leaves, and we're on the floor. So people start packing in, and it gets so bad that you have to watch this. It to even put your arms up, you had to do this because we were packed in there like sardines. You get really well acquainted with strangers that way.
Oh well, hey,
But
there's nothing wrong with that.
yeah, but so what happens is, we're waiting for Green Day to come on. This big 6'5" burly guy with glasses, starts shouldering his way into the crowd, working his way up. And then if you've ever been in crowds like this, they shift. There's waves, and you just kind of have to go with it. So the crowd shifts, and this guy is kind of pushed on top of leaned against me and the people I'm standing next to. And he gets up and whips around. And he's like, "You guys want to mess with me? I'm gonna cut you. I'll cut all of you." And I was like,
Tell me you got this guy's
his vision is motion based. So yeah, so he didn't, and then he just instantly turned around and went on his way. And I'm like, what the hell? And everyone else is like, what was that about? But yeah, so that was one case where I almost died. Yeah, that was
I
intense.
mean, I'm not laughing because like you almost died, but it's just like I can see you right now with this big ass guy coming up to you and cutting the line, and Disturbed's like, "I will cut you."
I know.
I
Yeah.
can see you being like, "Oh, can we be friends on Facebook?"
Yeah. And geez, you want to talk? You want to talk about like cult mentality? You go to a Green Day concert and like, so you've listened to like Jesus of Suburbia, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, that's like a 10-minute long song.
It has like
It's
5 parts, don't it?
It's like 5 parts. It's very
Yeah.
intricate lyrics. But you go to a Green Day concert, and every single person, like thousands of people, every single person knows every single lyric, and they're singing along in unison. Like, Green Day fans are rabid.
Yeah, they are. I've heard of it. I mean, my wife personally, she's a Green Day fan, so. And I mean, I like Green Day. Don't get me wrong. I've listened to their music. I'm just not like, I'm not like you as far as Green Day goes. But I'm excited. I mean, I want to go see it in whenever. I think it's like in August. They're coming to where I am. But
Yeah. It's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be a little bit salty if like, they say they're co-headlining, but like, someone's got to go on first and someone's got to, be the final act. And I'm like, Green Day's compared to the other two is pretty legendary in my mind. So I'm going to be a little upset if they're not actually headlining.
yeah,
But,
I can. The way I see it, I think the way they'll start is probably Weezer, then Fall Out Boy, then Green Day, because I feel I mean Fall Out Boy is kind of hard compared to like Weezer, because Weezer's kind of like that. Oh, giddy, like pick you up kind of music, like
kind of. They're a little bit more hipster, I guess.
yeah, that's what I mean though. Like like Fall Out Boy was a little like I'm not gonna say screamo. They were definitely punk, but like like how like they're a little bit more like because like once you want to get the fans warmed up first. So I think Weezer's a good way to kind of get it started.
Yeah.
And then move it on to Fall Out Boy, playing a couple of their old songs and going into their new stuff, and then have Green Day finish it off with. I wish they would do just the American Idiot, and maybe Longview. Longview maybe would be cool.
Yeah, they've got a new album coming out, so they're going to be playing a bunch of their new stuff. But
oh man,
yeah, like Green Day shows are incredibly dynamic and very well produced, and I don't know if Billy Joe is still on drugs, but he's gone to rehab a couple of times. But he like just watching him up there perform, like he is running back and forth, singing at the top of his lungs, like doing tricks, doing flips and stuff. It's unreal. So I know. So in case you guys didn't know, I'm a huge Green Day fan, and
well now you know.
Will jump on that bus with me. But enough about me and my Green Day fanboy nerding out. What else we got going on?
Well, you know what? We don't really have much going on in the NERDISPHERE as far as stuff that's happened this week. I mean, I went to go see It Chapter 2 on Saturday, and it had a lot of trailers in the beginning that, really surprised me because, like, some of the things, that you see on TV here and there or on the internet, but some trailers came out and I was like, wait a minute, oh, okay. But I have a list of them here. So this episode is going to be the NERDISPHERE newscast. So what I have going on now is I'll name off a list of the trailers right now, and then afterwards we can go over anything you have any questions on, Jimmy. I mean, well, when I was there, I saw the full Joker trailer that's coming out on October 4th.
Yep.
And honestly, dude, that is looking a lot more promising than what I could have imagined. When we looked, you and I did a podcast episode on this.
Yeah.
And you and I had our theories about this. In I'm really having a different outtake on it because I mean, from what I heard, is that it had an 8-minute standing ovation. 8 minutes.
That was at the what
premiere.
Was it? The Venice Film Festival.
Yeah.
It won the Golden Lion Award there as well.
So there you go. I mean, that's I can't wait. October 4th, people. That's when this movie comes out.
Yeah. Let's get into that because I've read like news articles and stuff, and this movie, like, people say like it's weird and polarizing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think like after I watch the trailer a bit, and you see all these people in the trailer, like has that mask on, and then what he has, I think he's creating a movement from being a person kind of not in the shadows, but kind of like not seen as anybody. He's just kind of like trying to make ends meet and trying to follow his dreams of being a comedian, from what it looks like. Excuse me, and what I've seen is like all of a sudden there's one like line he says in the trailer where he's like, people are starting to take notice. They're starting to notice who I am. It's like, he probably did something that's starting to carry on a legacy where people want to be like that. And that's how he's creating his following. And I think this is like way pre-Batman anything. This is just a Joker focus right now. And what I'm seeing is nothing but amazing right now. I mean, I'm excited to see this film. But
Boy, I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like, I'm interested. Like, so, like, I don't know if I'll like go to the theaters and see it. But so what people are saying basically is that it's good, but it's also like I said, it's very polarizing. People are like, it's not deep enough to be like, to like say something about like, like these actual themes that's explored, but it's too like it's like too dark to be like an entertaining popcorn flick basically. So I feel like it's supposed to be like a superhero film because it's about the Joker in Gotham and stuff, but it's supposed to be like a character study and about studying like very deep human emotions and issues and stuff, and so like both of those things like are somewhat in conflict. Like they're like it can't be one and the other. You know what I mean?
yeah, I understand. I can see where you're coming from on this.
Yeah. And then so the other thing is people like you said like he's like, oh, people are he's inspiring people to be like him, etc. So like people in real life are getting a little bit concerned that this is a movie that's like gonna inspire violence and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that because I mean, I don't mean to bring up any sort of negativity, but we also remember the shooting in the Colorado theater after when the Dark Knight Rises came out. Everybody's influenced, or that one kid was influenced by that Joker from Heath Ledger, which may him rest in peace.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, if people, I don't even want to get into it, but like, this so. I'm not a mental health expert by any means, but like it seems to me like, okay, these if people are violent and they are looking for an outlet or like an inspiration, I guess you could say, they're gonna find whatever they can. But also the thing that the issue is people are like, okay, like this movie, like in our current day and age, like that it has that potential if you even want to put it on the board. And I would say that if it's a good movie and it has an actual message, and it can be used as like sort of a I don't know, if a movie has a good message and you can actually use it to affect social conversation, then yeah, make it. But that doesn't seem to have been the case with this movie. It seems to have kind of its qualities kind of played against each other.
Well, hopefully, people who watch this, and if they do have, some mental health issues, that they just leave this movie in the cube and don't change yourself because of this movie. Because, obviously it's fictional. It's not supposed to be any way real. This is from a comic book, This is a comic book character. And the whole reason why it's like this is because that's just how it was written. This is not, no, guys, I want you to go out and be like me. And if it causes violence, cause violence. That's just stupid. And, I can understand with today's day and age, like things are becoming a little bit more sensitive. But, this is where the line is drawn. It's like, come on, guys, keep the violence and all this inside the entertainment. Do not bring this outside in the real world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. So, Frank Miller, who was the writer of The Killing Joke. You remember, that Batman story?
Yeah.
It was like the definitive like comic book Joker origin story. And people are like asking him about, he's like what, I forget exactly what the question was, but they're like, what like inspires you for like Batman and the Joker? And he's just like, he's like they're not like there's no people who have been like this ever or will be like this. Like they're comic book characters. Like, people are like looking for this in-depth conversation about, like, oh, the Joker, like what's his motivations and stuff. And Frank Miller's like, he doesn't exist. Like, there's no need to. It's a comic book character. There's no need to get into it. It's just, it is what it is. You give
It's
it
a
to people,
drawing. It
it's a
literally
product.
it's a piece of art.
Yeah,
It's what it is.
a-
It's just
yeah.
it was a drawing.
Yeah, it's a product, and people make movies and comic books and all that stuff to fill what customers want, and it's not really anything to look into it besides that. So that's I'm all right. I'm gonna reserve judgment until I actually see the film, but things are looking a little shaky for the Joker right now. If anything, people are gonna be arguing about whether it's good or not for the next few months.
Right. See, I was more focusing on the story of it, like just kind of like
Yeah.
how watching a character who has been gone through all this has now become the top. But that's obviously, I'm not putting this into reality. I'm just saying in the story.
Yeah.
But all right, well, if you guys have any suggestions, well, not suggestions, but any comments or any sort of like statements, let us know, because there's a lot to go around with this new film coming out.
Yeah.
So moving on in the list, ready?
Yeah.
Speaking of the Joker,
Yeah, okay.
the Harley Quinn movie, Birds of Prey, which is coming out February 7th, 2020.
Right.
I mean, I saw, it's funny. I got to tell you, when I went to go see the It Chapter 2 movie, there was a trailer for that. It showed like the balloons from It coming up. Then all of a sudden you see like this figure. It looks like, Pennywise, the clown coming through the balloons.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my gosh, this is the movie. And all of a sudden you see a bat form and you're like, what? She pops the balloons and goes, real. I forgot what she says, but it was just like some sort of sarcasm. And she told she had like the mallet or something. It was a Harley Quinn from
Right.
Suicide Squad. And I was like, that's how you do it. That's how you create an entrance to the trailer. And it was just funny. It was kind of like a teaser. It wasn't more of a trailer, if anything.
Okay.
But,
Yeah. But they got you good.
Oh, it got me good, dude. Okay. First of all, I'm gonna tell everybody like a little bit of my fears here. Is I used to be very, very scared of clowns. Like I'm still kind of scared, but I'm not like, piss my
Not
pants
like-
scared.
Not like you shoved us out of the way to get the hell out of that haunted house.
Now we need to talk about that because that was not my. Okay, you guys lied to me saying that there was no clowns this year at this. First of all, we went to a haunted maze thing. It was like a haunted house barn
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it was a haunted
And
house.
my friends, including him, telling me, "Oh, Matt, you should come this year. There's no clowns. There's no clowns in this segment." So I'm like, "All right, that's cool." And so we go through all the parts. It's scary. All these little guys, with chainsaws and whatever. And all of a sudden, we get to one section that has something circus something. I forgot what it said, and I remember I looked back at you and one of our friends who was a female, and she pushed me. And I accidentally hit her in the head. And as soon as we walk in there, it's just a bunch of clowns. And you guys decided like try to hold me in.
Yep.
So I just want to tell you right now is that your true friends don't protect you, because these guys over here literally, I thought I was going to die that night. I mean, when was it? This was 2012?
Like full immersion therapy. It was a full immersion therapy. We were helping you get over your clown phobia.
Yeah, okay, but there was 20 clowns on this side, 20 clowns on this side. How do you do that? Like,
There wasn't 20. There wasn't 40 clowns. Holy God. Okay, so
yeah, there was. From
No,
what
there
I
wasn't.
saw, I was the one looking at them.
you were yeah. So first of all, Matt, we go into a haunted house and we go to a section that's labeled like haunted circus. And Matt's like, there are no
man.
clowns in there, right? We're like, no, there's no clowns in the haunted circus section.
Yeah, because I'd say something that stupid.
Because
Okay.
if there's one thing that a haunted house doesn't have, it's scary clowns in the circus section. So, and of course, because we're good friends, we think that this is the funniest thing that's ever happened ever. And he freaks the hell out.
I do. I swear, I think my hair might have turned white that night. I ain't lying to you.
It didn't. I was there. I saw it. You were fine.
Oh my god.
It wasn't even that scary of a haunted house.
Okay, well, when you first see a haunted circus on a door, the first thing I'm gonna do is run.
Yeah. And yet you end up in a theater watching It Chapter 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, are you really that scared of clowns?
I am. I'm not as scared anymore. I mean, this kind
Okay.
honestly, this Pennywise doesn't really freak me out because it's a little bit more like, I mean, spoiler alert, I'm sorry. It was a little bit more like CGI than anything. But
Oh, yeah.
the internal parts of the film were pretty freaky. Like non-clown wise. Like, I mean, if any of you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, there's like a few creatures and characters that come out and you're just like, what the hell? And they like there's one of them that just comes out of nowhere. But
Yeah. So like I saw the Tim Curry version. So hashtag spoiler alert. So it seems like he's like Pennywise is a shape-shifting demon basically, and he's got a few different forms that he uses to freak people out.
right. And basically okay, so remember now, are you ever going to watch this movie so I don't spoil it for you or
Yeah, at some point, but like I said, I saw the Tim Curry version, so I know exactly what happens.
Well, it's a little bit different than that.
Okay. All right,
It's
then don't
actually
spoil it.
quite different than that. I won't go through it. If any of you've seen it or are going to see it, have fun because it's great. I thought it was amazing. But all right, I guess we kind of went off topic there, but yeah, the Harley Quinn movie, Birds of Prey, comes out February 7th, 2020. So go and see that.
Yeah. So they also released the cast lineup for that, right?
They introduced a cast lineup for was it Suicide Squad 2?
Oh yeah, the Suicide Squad 2. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that down as a category as well because that was announced yesterday by what's his name?
James Gunn.
James Gunn. That's it. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
James Gunn announced, and I saw that John Cena was on that list.
Yeah. Have they mentioned what character he's playing?
No, I haven't seen anything. Like he said, don't fall in love with the characters, I guess, or don't get too excited. Because I think some I don't know what that means. I mean, that means characters are gonna die, or does that mean that not all of them are gonna be in the movie? That's just ideas,
Yeah.
or what?
I'm gonna guess it's like the casting is still in flux and they haven't nailed down all the details.
But who the hell would John Cena be though? Like,
Okay, first thing I'm thinking is either he's like an army guy who's like in charge of the Suicide Squad, or he would be like I mean he's a big guy. Maybe he would be King Shark.
huh? Okay.
Yeah, maybe he would be the Team Bruiser character.
That's interesting. That could be possible.
Yeah, they were gonna have King Shark be they had Killer Croc in the last Suicide Squad. It was going to be King Shark, and they were going to have it be CG, but they were like, well, we're going to go with, live action, having a guy there on set.
Huh.
So, yeah. Yeah, so I recognize a few other names. They're going to have Viola Davis come back.
I have the list right here. Hold on. I can.
Okay.
Let me pull it up. Sorry, guys. I'm pulling up the list right now that I saw here. Actually, I took a screenshot of it, I think. All right, here are the names going down, okay? It's David Mullichen. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Nathan Fillion, Sean Gunn.
So first of all, Nathan Fillion he was in Firefly, and he was in. I'm trying to think. He played like the main guy in Castle, like that show.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Sean Gunn.
Not ringing any bells.
Tika Waititi.
Taika Waititi or something like that.
Yeah.
I can never. I'm. If he's listening, first of
We
all,
are sorry
thank you
for
listening, and second of all,
mispronouncing.
sorry for butchering your name.
Yep.
He's the guy who created and directed What We Do in the Shadows, and he directed Thor Ragnarok, and he directed. I don't know what else he directed. He's done a bunch of like just really funny indie films, and he stars in a bunch of them too. So yeah,
All
definitely
right.
check him out. He does the voice of Korg for Thor Ragnarok and Endgame.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
Daniela Melchior,
Daniela Malcoria, not ringing any bells there.
Viola Davis,
Oh, yeah.
John Cena,
John Cena.
Joel Kinnaman.
Joel Kinnaman. That name sounds familiar, but I'm blanking on the face. But I'll do a quick Google later.
Juan Diego Bodo,
Juan Diego, not ringing any bells there either.
Alice Braga,
Alice Braga, I know who she is. Yep.
Peter Capaldi,
Peter Capaldi. Sounds familiar. Not sure who that is.
Idris Elba,
Idris Elba. Yep. So yeah, he played a bunch of stuff. Trying to think of something he's been in recently. Idris Elba. He played like the main bad guy for the Hobbs and Shaw movie that just came out. Yeah, he's been in a bunch of stuff. He was in Pacific Rim.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, he was like the main general in Pacific Rim.
Jai Courtney.
Jai Courtney. Yep, he was Captain Boomerang.
Mailing NG.
Oh, Mei-Ling Nig, I think is how you say that. But yeah, she's I follow her on social media. She's a stunt woman. She hasn't had any like major like A-list movie roles, but she's done a bunch of stunt work and stuff, and she's quite a badass. She does like martial arts and tons of stunts and stuff. She was a stunt woman in Wonder Woman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's surprising. Storm Reed.
That sounds familiar too. Not sure who that is though.
Steve Agee. Agee.
No.
Julio Ruiz.
Nah.
Or Julio, I'm sorry, Julio Ruiz. Margot Robbie, obviously.
Yeah. Who's that?
I don't know. Joaquin Cosino. Flolua Borg.
Nah.
Pete Davidson.
Oh yeah, know who that is. He's on Saturday Night Live.
Tanashi Kajis.
You know, I'm certain if I saw these people's faces, I'd be like, "Oh, they were in this movie, that show, that movie, this show."
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I'm not really good with names. Like if you see like a character, you're like, "Oh, that's not a person from this," and then you say, "Oh, that's Michelle Pfeiffer." It's like, who the hell's Michelle Pfeiffer?
Michelle
and you see her face.
Pfeiffer.
Like, oh, Michelle Pfeiffer. That's who that is. Okay.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Watch out, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Is that everyone on that list though?
No, I'm almost done.
Okay.
Jennifer Holland.
Yeah, not ringing any bells there.
Michael Rooker.
That sounds familiar.
Well, that completes the cast of Suicide Squad 2 on that.
When's that supposed to come out?
I don't know. They haven't really given any details. That was the only thing I've gotten. Because there was posted the other day, so I'm assuming that that's still in the works or whatever. I mean, I don't know if they've even filmed anything yet.
Right.
So, I mean, I have no updates on what's going on with that. All I know is that he posted the cast thing and said, don't get attached or something on one of his posts. I think it was on Twitter or Instagram. But,
yeah. So they probably haven't decided, like, nailed everything down yet, so.
Moving on in the list, though, I got some other stuff here.
Okay.
An Addams Family movie coming out October 11th.
Yeah, that the animated one, right?
Yeah, it's like animated, I guess. I kind of wish they would do something with real characters, though, because, I mean, it's the Addams Family, so. I wish they would do, like, I have an idea for a film for the Addams Family that was very dark.
Yeah.
Like, not child-friendly. It's more like an adult, like, scary version of this. Like, I had an idea, but it's like I don't think I'd ever really do it because I'd have to, find ways to get permissions to use characters like that. But
tell us more about your adult fanfic for the Addams Family.
let me break it down for you. Okay, so what I was thinking, for say the kids for example, like Pugsley would be like this, not like kind of like a deformed, buffed up kid, not kid, but like teenager, like maybe 17 years old.
Okay.
He's like really buffed up and he looks like he's been through a lot though, like maybe fell into the furnace once or twice. And like he's just tormented in the head. And like this whole movie would take place where like somebody and their husband, they break down along the way, like trying to get to a vacation and they're like on the verge of like splitting up. So they're like fighting back and forth in the car. Like that's how dark I'm willing to go with this.
Jeez.
And so, they move on and they're like all of a sudden their car breaks down. So they see a house in the distance they start walking to. And of course, when they get there, the full front yard is just a graveyard. It's just a full graveyard that's like been there for centuries. It's just very old. And so they walk up. They and all of a sudden Lurch, who is the big tall guy, I was thinking him be more like, he's already an undead person. It looks like he kind of looks risen from the dead.
Yeah,
but like having a little bit more butchered kind of look.
Okay. Yeah,
And
so that's way scarier than the Addams Family would have ever been in any
Yeah,
of their
see,
forms. Yeah,
that's what I mean though. Like, I don't think I'd ever do it, but like, it's an idea I've like thought about many, many times. Where like, I wanted to make just a little fan film of like the Addams Family if it was in a dark setting where it was like adults could enjoy it. But it kind of brings back their childhood a little bit. But it's like you gotta keep an open mind that this is not for humor. It's more of like, oh my god, we need to get out of here. This is gonna be we need to get out of this house. That kind of thing.
I
And
see.
yeah, so I mean, I can go over that some other time with you guys if you ever have any questions or you're a big Addams Family. Oh my gosh, my video stopped recording again. I think this thing has like a 30-minute timer. Hold on.
Jeez. Come on, Matt, get it
Sorry.
together.
This is gonna happen every time. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a timer. It's like Matt's camera's gonna go off in 3, 2, 1, and then do it. And I'm just gonna have it every single time. And I can't change the settings. I check it every single time. Anyway,
This is a professional amateur podcast we're doing right now. So
you know what? I think the term podcast should be taken out of this. I think this should be a talk show. I think this should be a legitimate talk show about the nerdosphere and all the things going on in the nerd world. Because you know what?
Because we have visuals now. It's not just our voices.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Everybody has a podcast now. And I'm not trying to bash anybody. I'm just saying that everyone has a podcast and everybody has their own thing. But a lot of the people, gaining an audience is probably one of the hardest things to do. So
Yeah.
you know what, dude?
What?
The Area Nerdy One podcast,
Yeah.
Area Nerdy One talk show.
I'd be down. I'm down to clown.
Okay,
You do
guys.
raise a good point that the market is pretty saturated. You can find podcasts for anything now.
So the term podcast is gonna be just now. I don't know if we could discuss this after the whole recording if we want to, but people in the world, I guarantee you can agree with us that there is a lot of people who have a podcast out there. And you know what? When you see the term podcast, you're probably like, oh, they have a podcast too. They have a podcast too.
Another one.
Another one? Come on, man.
That's
So
just
original.
what the world needed is yet another pair of friends telling the entire internet what they think about the new Joker movie.
There you go. So guys, welcome to the new area. Oh my god. I'm going to try this again. Welcome to the Area Nerdy One talk show with your hosts, Matt and Jimmy.
I'm down.
What the hell was that? Did you just chew spit into a cup?
No. I've got my Game of Thrones drinking receptacle here.
I thought you were trying to like blow a horn.
Oh, no.
Like, after I announced our names, like.
Nope. Yeah, if we had a actual video feed, you'd understand. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
so
sorry
what else is on the nerd news right now?
we also got. I saw the trailer for Zombieland 2. If all of you are fans of the first movie, that one looks pretty good.
Yeah, does it look like it's somewhat along the same lines as the first one?
I think it's a little bit more brutal. It looks like they've been going through it for a while, but they kind of all stuck around because it's all the same characters, and then there's a few new characters in it too. I mean, I forgot who else was in it. I saw the trailer like a week ago.
Yeah. I thought the whole zombie thing was played out a while ago, though.
What do you mean?
So, like in the mid to late 2000s, like zombies were everything, right?
Yeah, that was back when Zombieland came out, and then this one's.
Yeah, it was the the pop culture thing at the time.
Yeah, it was.
How vampires became the thing after Twilight came out, or something along those lines. But yeah, so I remember there was just like this a ton of movies. There was like all of the B movies and sci-fi movies that you would see coming out were zombie movies, and post-apocalyptic zombie movies, and the different kinds of zombie movies. And it's like, okay, well, now there's zombies in space, well, now there's zombies at the bottom of the ocean, just every single scenario. So probably about 5 years ago it started dying down a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why they brought this up wasn't just for the zombies. It's because everybody loves Zombieland, like the movie itself. I think that was the whole idea why they made it.
It's more of a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, so if y'all like zombies, there you go.
Yeah.
Moving on. I saw this trailer was very interesting to me. If you all are fans of Stephen King, or I think it's a Stephen King movie or book, have y'all seen The Shining?
Yeah.
All right, so the sequel to this comes out as Doctor Sleep.
Huh.
Yeah, this one is actually it's played with Ewan McGregor, who is AKA Obi-Wan Kenobi.
You mean Obi-Wan Kenobi sometimes acts like he's Ewan McGregor when he's visiting our planet?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's his other identity. I
Yeah.
can understand. But yeah, I saw the trailer for that, and apparently his character is supposed to be the little boy from the first one,
Oh yeah. Yeah, Danny.
Billy.
Billy?
Is it
Danny?
Billy?
Danny or Billy?
Danny. Sorry, you're right. It's Danny. My bad, dude.
And then who's like the character that that lives in his finger? Like, you know,
Hold on, Mrs. Torrance. I forgot what it was. What was his name? He did this thing. What was the thing? Oh my god.
Red Rum.
Red Ram. Wait, are you look? Okay, you know what?
I didn't look it up, but yeah. So The Shining was, you go back and watch that movie. It's like not as good as I think it gets made out to be.
Honestly, you could skip like the whole beginning of the movie. Honestly, like
Yeah.
to be honest, because like there's nothing in the beginning that links to the end of the old movie.
Yeah.
Like honestly, when you get to the part where he starts becoming a little like where Jack becomes a little like I guess
Like
psycho.
unhinged. Yeah.
Yeah, where he starts like it's kind of like staring up like this.
Yeah.
Like that's when you can kind of start to catch on to like okay, there's something wrong, and you.
Yeah.
By the way, sorry. By the way, at the end of the movie, like, what did that mean with the whole picture? You know, like at the end of the movie, you see like a picture from the 1920s, and he's
Yeah.
like in the picture. Do you understand what that meant?
So no. So like probably like with most movies that are based on books, if you read the book, you'd probably know exactly like probably explain it a lot more.
Yeah.
But like one of the things that I kind of like one of the things I like about that movie and movies like it in general is that like that's the kind of like horror that's like okay, weird stuff's going on and you don't quite understand why or like what's going on. Like not to the point where it's like just so random that you can't even follow it, but like things are just a little bit it's scary and it's mysterious and you don't really things just don't quite make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know what the exact explanation for that was. I think it was that I don't know, like the hotel like took his spirit or something, or
Maybe like maybe his soul was actually a part of a person back then who committed those murders, and all of a sudden he was
Yeah.
kind of like reincarnated into this person,
Yeah,
and like
maybe.
and the people who work at the hotel knew about that, so they found him and said, "Hey, we'll offer you a job to come write your book at our hotel."
Right. Yeah, I'm certain like if you read the book, it explains everything. But
Yeah,
uh,
but yeah, Doctor Sleep. I don't know when it's coming out, but it looks pretty good. So go ahead and check that out.
all right. I'll
And
see if I can watch it by myself. Probably not.
And the last movie trailer I have is it's not really a movie, but it's a series coming out on Disney Plus called The Mandalorian. And for you Star Wars fans, which is going to take place 5 years after Return of the Jedi. And by the looks of it, it looks like there's quite a few popular actors in this. The guy who plays as Gus in Breaking Bad, and the woman from Deadpool that played as that strong ass woman who like
Gina
did
Carano.
huh?
Gina Carano.
Is that her name?
Yeah, she was an MMA fighter, and she's like had a bunch of movie credits too.
Oh, there you go. I mean, I don't know. See, that's why I'm like we've talked about this. I know their faces, but I do not know their names.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if you've seen the trailer, it looks pretty promising. It looks like a Western Star Wars movie, like you said.
Yeah, and then Pedro Pascal is the Mandalorian, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah,
and
the Red
I
Viper.
read an article like I guess apparently he thought he was gonna be playing Boba Fett.
Oh, okay.
But because I guess he didn't really know what was going on with the armor, so he saw the armor and just assumed that it was gonna be Boba Fett, but then realized he was gonna be a Mandalorian, which because the armor they wear is Mandalorian.
Right.
But yeah, so those are all the movie trailers I have right now. I also have some game trailers games that are coming out
Okay.
and that are currently out. Star Wars Fallen Order, which comes out in October.
Yep.
That looks very promising.
Yeah. So, is that that's not open world? That's more. So I guess So
There's
it's
a
more like
storyline to it.
Yeah, it's a storyline. So it'd be a little. Is it kind of like Force Unleashed almost?
Kinda, I would say so. But it's definitely Cameron Monaghan is the character who's playing in this. He looks like he's a hidden Jedi trying to hide from the execution. With the Inquisitors and all that. And
Yeah, after Order 66, right?
Extra Order 66, yes, and you start to see this is already Empire because you could tell by the armor used by the stormtroopers. But I think it has a little bit of that Force Unleashed kind of feel to it. I mean, from what I saw, because you're playing as a character, you're not playing in like an open world or different scenarios. This is all one storyline.
Yeah.
It's almost like playing the storyline of Battlefront 2 when you're Iden Versio.
Okay, I see.
But that comes out in October, so that's pretty exciting.
Sweet.
Right now, what just came out was Borderlands 3. I believe that was yesterday or the day before. I haven't played a lot of that. I'm still trying to figure out what that is, but it looks like people are enjoying it. I think it's a multiplayer game.
Okay.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare is coming out. I don't know if that's a remake, but
Yeah, it's a remake of the past. I don't know, 50 Call of Duty games that have ever been made.
yeah. I mean, the reason why I put it on the list is because that's one of the bigger things, because everybody's gonna be playing it for months before the next Black Ops comes out, because we all know that's gonna be the next thing that comes out after this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, I mean, personally, I'm not a big Call of Duty fan. I've played them,
Yeah.
but to me, you only can play it for so long. 'Cause, I mean, say you play Call of Duty over and over again, you get good at it. The next one comes out, nobody's gonna want to play the other one anymore. So you're like, oh, okay, so I did all that hard work for nothing just to play the next game in 6 months. Because literally last Christmas, I believe it was last Christmas, World War II came out, Call of Duty World War II, and then right after that was Black Ops 4. So there was really no point of having that game come out. Almost, it was almost what was the point?
To make money?
Yeah, well, I mean, for that company, but I mean, for the people who want to play and rank up, because I mean, don't get me wrong, there's probably people still playing World War II and people playing their Black Ops 4, but wouldn't you want to have something that lasts a little bit longer?
Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is. I'm not a fan of first person shooters. I just don't find them interesting or enjoyable.
Right.
So, I've never really gotten into it, but I recall a few times, in college and stuff, the new Call of Duty would come out, and I wouldn't see the people for 3 days, and I'd be like, "Hey, dude, what's up?" And I'm like, "Oh, I got the new Call of Duty. I've been playing it this whole time."
So yeah, you gotta. I mean, I'm not trying to bash any gamers out there or anybody, but it's you also got to realize that you can't put your life on hold for a game.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, and it'd be one thing if it's okay, they've just released the actual Matrix to immerse yourself, and I could see you getting lost in that, but this, it's a first person shooter, which isn't that interesting to begin with, and it's every first person shooter that's ever been released anyways.
Exactly.
So yeah,
And
I don't get it.
yes, but I mean, also moving on from Call of Duty, because obviously we're not big on it, but you guys
Right.
are, so whatever. The new Elder Scrolls 6. It won't be coming out for a while, but there's some big news about it that they just announced this week, that they're gonna make. They said be patient because there's gonna be so much content. Personally, you and I, this, Jimmy, that you and I are big Skyrim fans. We love Skyrim.
Do I know? Of course I know that. Jeez.
I took an arrow to the knee.
I took an arrow to the knee. I fought in the Skyrim Civil War against the Stormcloaks.
Wait, you chose Imperials?
Yeah, I chose the Imperials. They've got way better moral high ground than that one.
Hold on a minute.
Oh, okay. I see.
I was a Stormcloak.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, Stormcloak. Yeah.
For the Nords.
You're so rebellious and individualistic. Yeah, right.
We're gonna have to make a video later on about a debate. I have a great video idea, dude. Okay, so what we're gonna do is you're gonna be an Imperial and I'm gonna be a Stormcloak. We're just gonna have a debate that just those presidential debates that they have.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have one of those in the land of Skyrim. And we're gonna show who's the real boss here.
Yeah.
All right,
we'll make our Skyrim parody about 10 years too late after the game has been released, but.
Who cares, dude? Because I feel like they're gonna bring back Skyrim into the next game. So
True.
because I mean there's other worlds you go back to in Skyrim.
Yeah. Have you ever played the online one, Elder Scrolls Online?
No, I haven't. I'm honestly like I kind of like nervous to play that because I feel like it would somehow not work.
Yeah, true.
See, I like the open world idea that you can do whatever you want. I also use the mods. Like I had it where like the dragons were actually Thomas the Train.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then there's one where like I forgot who it was, but there's like a singer, and every time the dragon roars, it's like a song.
Oh yeah.
It was a tra-la-la guy. It was a tra-la-la.
The troll little guy. Oh
It
my
was like
God,
yeah 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 yeah. Ho, ho, ho. It would just do that. It was like what? And every time you there was a thing every time you did the dragon shout.
Yeah.
For the Fusro die, it'd be move, bitch, get out the way. And it made perfect sense, but yeah. Anyway, sorry guys, I hate to go off track, but yeah, Elder Scrolls 6. I don't know when it's coming out, but apparently it's gonna be a while, but it's all gonna be worth in the end, according to them.
Yeah.
So stay tuned on that. Pokemon Sword and Shield. That is gonna be the first Pokemon game on console for the Switch. So that's pretty interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm very nostalgic when it comes to Pokemon. I like the whole first generation Johto, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
it looks a little promising. Like, I mean, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna try it. And I'll let you guys know what I think of it, or you guys let me know what you think, or if I'm just stupid, or him.
No.
I don't know.
I think is it just me, or are they kind of running out of ideas on what to
Oh,
make the
God.
Pokemon after?
Dude, one's a trash bag.
Okay, yeah, they're literally just like looking around the art studio for random objects and being like, oh,
It's like there's this one they see one on the floor. It's like, oh, that's Karen's used tissue. Ah, yes, Karen's used tissue bond.
Yes.
And it's just like it's like a snot rag with like a bunch of snot on the top, and it has like bulging eyes. And instead of having a noise, it just says "help me."
Oh God.
Yeah, every time, so as soon as it comes out of the Pokeball, it's just like "help me."
Why do I exist?
And then when it faints, oh, thank you.
Oh God, that's sad.
Oh man, so I think Nintendo should hire us to make these new Pokemon.
I mean, we'd be just about as good, I think.
No, dude, I think we could kill it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's it for games. I have a little bit of other news, etc. news out there that we could talk about. Seth MacFarlane just got an Emmy for his Family Guy role, and he's tied for the most Emmy awards with 4. I don't know who he's tied with, but
You mean this year though?
this
Because-
year.
Do you mean, so are you talking about like the nominations for this year, or like, because I don't think Family Guy's won an Emmy yet.
I thought they did, didn't they?
I'm pretty sure they didn't.
Oh, it might be just that. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I saw a post about it. I could be wrong though. I'm sorry.
That's-
I'm
no,
a
it's
fake
okay,
fan.
it's okay.
I'm a fake fan.
Huh.
It's gonna be right up there, right above my head. And it's gonna say
Yep.
Fake Fan Junior.
You've got to wear the fake fan hat now.
We gotta, that's what we need for this show. We need to have a custom hat made for both of us that says Fake Fan and Fake Fan Junior. You're gonna be Fake Fan. I'll be Fake Fan Junior. And so whenever we get something wrong, we have to wear the hat for 5 minutes.
Sorry, every once in a while I misspeak and I don't know every single factoid there is on Wikipedia, but
Guys, if you want to go back and see what happened, the first episode will be in the link description below, and you'll see how many times he screws up the title for the
is it
film.
like 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, I believe you had 3 strikes. I think I put 3 X's on your video, man. So.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay.
But as far as I got, that's all I have as far as the Nerdisphere goes. But if you guys heard of anything else or anything new, like let me know or let him know, or let us know on the Instagram at Nerdy1, and same thing on Twitter at Nerdy1.
Yeah. I've got a couple of news items that I can go over quickly before we go.
Please do share.
All right. Well, first of all, happy 50th birthday this past Friday to Scooby-Doo and the gang.
Hell yeah! Do you know my nickname was Scooby for the longest time?
Yep, I thought you'd enjoy that. So, yep, the Mystery Inc. has been with us for 50 years now. Let's see here.
man.
Okay, so, unfortunately, there was some sad news. Last Saturday, Robert Axelrod, who was the voice of Lord Zed on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, died at the age of 70.
Yeah, he was also on Check It Out with Steve Brule, Dr. Steve Brule.
Yeah, he's got a lot of credits to his name, but he was apparently just a super nice guy. He loved going on tour, touring for Comic-Con and stuff, and the fans loved him. And he was just so nice. I know that as a kid, Lord Zed was my favorite villain. Yeah, so he brought a lot of joy to young Jimmy watching Power Rangers back in the day.
Well,
But so sad about that. So coming up, this may have already happened by the time we do our next podcast, but Friday the 20th is the semi-planned raid on Area 51.
oh, I saw they got canceled.
Yeah, so what it looks like is the guy canceled the event, but
They could still do it. Oh,
yeah. Last time I checked on the news, basically they planned a an alien stock, they're calling it, and they're expecting between 50 to 500,000 people to descend on this small New Mexico town. So, gonna be keeping my eye out for that one. It may just end up being a big old alien party. We might get a few enthusiastic ninja runners trying to actually storm the compound. Do not
honestly.
recommend.
Guys, I just want to let you know that if you do go and do that, they have every right to do what they want to you. So if I were you, I would just stay out of it.
No, it's
not worth your life.
It's a joke. It's hilarious. Please, for the safety of yourselves and others, don't try to actually storm Area 51.
No, Jimmy and I already tried.
Most likely, it's not even stuff that's that interesting in there.
I mean, you and I have been in there. We saw that there was nothing.
Yeah. There's definitely. Oh, what are you talking about? There's definitely nothing in there. I mean, they don't have the Krabby Patty formula.
No,
or
guys,
lightsabers.
don't worry about it.
No, yeah. No, they don't have the Infinity Gauntlet in there. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So,
Oh.
looking out for that. But okay, that's all I've got. It's been kind of a slow week in news, but we're coming into the fall. The new TV shows are going to come out. The new holiday movie rush is going to be starting. Yeah, and of course it's going to be that spooky time of the year in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, and a lot of horror films coming out. Maybe we'll do an episode on the horror films, and we can do a holidays or a Halloween special somehow.
All right.
Because I'll be going to a wedding at the end of on Halloween Day.
Really?
Ah, that's true.
Are they doing a straight up spooky wedding?
No, it's there's a rehearsal dinner and everything. That's intimidating to me. But...
Oh, so it's wasted opportunity.
I mean, that's what I would have done. I would have gone full out, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah, just
I would have done the Tim Curry Rocky Horror Picture Show character.
You would have been Dr. Frankenfurter for your wedding.
Sorry about it. Ow, dang. I see you've met my. I've got the other line
Handyman.
of that. Of my trusty handyman.
God, yeah. Tim Curry in anything is awesome.
Well, you got caught with a flat. Well, how about that?
Okay. Jeez, whose singing was worse, mine in the beginning or Matt's Rocky Horror Picture Show rendition?
I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania.
Okay, how many times have you watched that movie?
Dude, I have the song saved on my phone, I think, on my Spotify. I'll have
It's
to
catchy.
check it.
It's catchy.
Dude, it's a good song. I like the beginning. I think it's so funny when the girl turns around and sees him and just screams.
Yep.
He's just standing there. Yeah, my wife introduced me to that movie, and I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, it's entertaining. It's weird, but it's entertaining.
Yeah, man. But so guys, I want to thank you for watching our second episode.
Thank you.
If you want to see our first episode, it's going to be in the link in the description below. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. The link will also be in the description below. And if you have any comments or any questions, really, just
Questions,
ask
comments,
away.
Concerns, attack plans for Area 51.
There's going to be a lot of concerns.
Yes.
But I really enjoyed this episode, and I really hope that you guys have a good one.
Oh, yeah, me too. Well, Coming at you from Area Nerdy 1, this has been Jimmy.
Hold on. This is the Area Nerdy One talk show now.
Oh, yes.
So redo that, please.
All right, jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's in my contract, but I'll do it. All right. Coming at you from the Area Nerdy 1 talk show, this has been Jimmy.
And this has been Matt.
Catch you next time.
See ya.
All right, you're going to delete all that, right?
I think I'm going to leave this one in.
Why?
Just go random, just go crazy.
Yeah, you talk first.
All right, ready?
Yep.
Why can't we stop?
I'm so tired.
I can't handle it no more.